Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and here we are on this gorgeous winter's day here in central Victoria, Australia. And I tell you what, I reckon Australia, this part of the world, has the absolute best winter days and nights in the whole world. It's a balmy 14 degrees Celsius here and I am just loving this. And what I'm doing, I'm out scouting a location. Now I've been here before, but I've never been here at this time of year. So I'm looking at a subject over here and I'm going to capture the Milky Way galactic core rising up over the top of it. So let's go and have a look. All right, so this is my intended target for tonight. There's this little shed. It's not very big. I have no idea what it was or what it is, but I like the look of it. So it's a little brick shed, tin roof, in pretty good condition, to be honest. And what I'm going to do here is get my camera down in this position here. I may shoot this with a couple of different focal lengths because I really like some of this rubble on the ground here. So if I have a fairly wide angle lens, like maybe a 14mm or 16mm, I can probably get the camera in a position where I can capture the rubble leading into the structure. Now the structure, as you can see, is not very big, so I don't need, I can get quite close to it. Milky Way core comes right up over the top of this and there's a beautiful clear sky there. Now the other thing here is, as you can see, there's a gum tree right next to or overhanging the building. Now the trunk of the tree is a little bit annoying because it's right up against it, but what I might try and do is get a wide field of view so I can actually get the tree leaning over the top of the little shed here. Now I'm thinking here as I'm looking at this, because it's daytime now, things do change when you get out on location at night time, and later on tonight I'll show you that. So currently it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's quite windy, which is always annoying, but there's quite a lot of patches of blue sky. The weather forecast is that after about 7:30 or 8 o'clock tonight, it's going to be perfectly clear. Now by that stage of the night, the Milky Way is going to be up in this sky here. So here in Australia, we're in winter, which means that the Milky Way core rises up pretty much on dusk and it's already up into the sky. So I'll get out here pretty much right on that time of night. And the other thing to consider is it's going to be about a 25% waxing crescent moon tonight. So that's going to shine a bit of light around the place. Now I don't really want that. So what I might do is, well, I'll play around with it. I might do a tracked sky of the Milky Way and I might wait till the moon to set to actually light paint this foreground. Now some of you are going to say, well, why wouldn't you just use the moonlight to light the scene? Now I could do that, but the moon's going to be about in this position up here. It's going to be scattered light coming through these trees. I don't think I'll like it, to be honest. I much prefer the creativity of doing the lighting myself. But for a bigger scene and something that was a much larger perspective, yeah, the moonlight would be perfect. I'll just show you what looks like inside the building. So it's a really interesting little shed. I really don't know what it was used for because it's got a sunken floor and there's steps down here. There used to be obviously a way in, a way out. So I don't know what it is. Well, they must have stored something in here, but I have no idea what. Doesn't matter. I like the look of it. So this is the tree I was talking about before. You can see it's overhanging directly over the little brick shed. So it's going to be a little bit challenging to get that composition exactly the way I want it. But that's what Nightscape photography is all about. It's all about accepting challenges. So you can see here, there's quite a few, well, there's rubbish everywhere, but there's a lot of bricks here. Oh, get out of the way. All of this rubble. And I think I can make this rubble actually a feature of the frame. Because when I light it, the shadow, so it'll be highlights and shadows created. And when you do that with brickwork, it always looks good. Again, that's something that the moonlight won't do effectively. I think it'll be better with the light coming from the different angles and it creates the shape around this rubble and makes it look pretty good. Oh, well, I'm getting very excited about this shoot. This will come up so well with some lighting on it. Very much looking forward to it. All right, well, I think the next time you see me will be tonight here under the stars. Well, here we are back on location. It's beautiful, calm. The wind has dropped significantly. We're pretty close to a major highway here, so we'll be having cars and trucks going down here fairly frequently because it's still pretty early in the evening. You can see behind me there, beautiful sky, Milky Way, exactly where I want it to be. So I'm just going to go over here to this little concrete, well, brick structure over here. And we're going to get started because that Milky Way is going to go up high in the sky very, very quickly. So let's get into it. All right, well, here we are on location. There's a little brick building. You can clearly see the moon up there behind me. It's not too bright, but it's still, I don't know, we'll wait and see how it looks a bit later on. So, gee, it's cold. I left the lens warmer back in the car, but I'm hoping, because I'm going to be under these trees most of the time shooting here, so I'm hoping I don't actually have a problem with the lens fogging up. But, you know, famous last words, we've all said things like that, haven't we? But I'm going to try and shoot here as quickly as possible. So with lens fogging up, by the way, it's all about dew point. So I did check out the dew point and it was okay, but the fact is tonight there's no wind. And I found that when it's a little bit windy, it's not so bad as far as lenses fogging up. It's really, really calm. So, you know, you can't have everything. It is the middle of winter. And that's what you get. So anyway, I'm going to get started working, and I'll start off with the 20mm lens, I think, and then I might progress to the 14mm. Let's get into it. All right, so I've been shooting consistently here. I've been in a bit of a rush actually because there's a lot of traffic. The Milky Way is getting up nice and high, but I shot initially with the 20mm f1.8 lens. Did a little bit of a panorama with that, which wasn't easy because I had to light paint every frame. And I'm just going to do some tracking in a minute and see how that goes. But currently here I've got the 14mm f2.8, so it's a 14 to 24 f2.8 lens, Nikon lens. I'm shooting all of these with the Z6 Mark III, these foregrounds. If I do any tracking, that will be with the Astro modified Nikon Z6 II, which I've got over there. But this is a 14mm focal length. I'm getting right up close to these rocks here in the foreground that you can see. And I've tried a few different compositions here because it's really hard to get around this tree behind me. So I'm trying to feature the tree with this wider angle to make the tree sort of just go up from a low angle here. So I'm trying to get a lot in here. I've actually taken a single shot here just to compare what that might look like. Then I've done some fine art light painting. Look, I think I'll just get on to doing the tracking, but I think I might just show you the images now and you can have a look, see what you think, and then I'll just finish up, we'll wrap up and go home. So I've got the Nomad tracker going here. Currently got the 14mm f2.8 lens. Oh, those trucks, they are thousands and thousands of trucks have gone past here tonight. So I'm right next to the highway, so it's pretty early in the evening, so that's what you get. But the tracker working perfectly as always. It's nice and calm and still. So I've got it right on the road here, right in the middle of the road. It's a dirt road, so there's no traffic here, but it's a good firm footing, and the Milky Way up there, it just is gorgeous. Now, because there's a little bit of moonlight out here, it does make it harder to, it's not quite as, the sky's not quite as dark, and so you get a lot more blue tinge. I'm using my Astro modified Z6 Mark II camera here to shoot these tracked shots. So, you know, color balance is always a problem with those Astro modded cameras, but never mind. I like what I'm getting. And you can see the tracker here, the Nomad. I've got Eric Wilkes's beautiful mount for the phone, which I use a lot because it's just so easy to put your phone in there and just take it out straight away. It's solid, beautiful fiber material. I don't know how you do this, it's 3D printed stuff, but Eric Wilkes, look him up online. He's got some fantastic tutorials and he's a very, very good man. He's Eric, I know him quite well. Good Australian astro landscape photographer, and he does excellent work. Well, there you go, another very successful night out here under the stars. Oh, it comes to a close. I'm just a bit puffed. I must be getting old, but I was running around that paddock over there like a headless chook, let me tell you. But I think I'm very happy with the shots I got. You know, tonight's video is short and sweet. I didn't want to make it too complicated. And you know what? My nightscape photography these days is never complicated. I'm trying to do the most simplified methods and the easiest way to get through the shots as I possibly can. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Keep in touch. I want to know what you think about the stuff that I'm doing, and I want to know what you're doing. What have you been doing out there under the stars in the past few weeks? Really like to know. But anyway, see you in the next video.